Wow, look at these three faces. One of them is unusual today, but I'll let Eric talk about it.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Eric, and you may know me from Q2C, VR Gamer, Virtual Strangers, and the kick-ass VR Crewcast. Welcome to everyone for episode, I think 5, maybe 6, I think 5, of the Impact Reality XR podcast. We are usually a bi-weekly podcast that gives you an inside look at the VR, AR, and XR industry and the passionate people that make it all happen. We will normally be going live every other week when it is all possible. And while we will be your main hosts, myself and Jasmine, you will see other people from our team come in and out, like Elliot here today. Let's see. But for today, we do have a couple of people here. You know VR. You know Jasmine from the awesome YouTube channel, VR with Jasmine, and the kick-ass podcast, VR and all that jazz, meta ambassador, and all-around great person, Jasmine Uniza. What's up, Jazz?
Eric, it's not called Meta Ambassador anymore. It's called Quest Creator Program. Come on now.
Get with the times.
Yeah.
Oh, that just rolls off
so
the
last
tongue.
year.
Way to go, Meta. That just rolls right off the tongue. Meta,
Quest
what is it? What is it again?
Creator Program.
Quest Creator Program.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so you're a Quest Creator programmer. No, that doesn't work.
I'm a Quest Creator.
You're a Quest creator. You create the quest. Yeah, this is goofy. I got to talk to Mark next week.
Ambassador doesn't. Anyway, all right.
Welcome to the show, Jazz, and what's going on? Let me before I introduce Elliot. What's going on with you this week? How have you been in any VR or anything like you just want to say? This is awesome because I tried it.
Yeah. Well, I've tried a couple of things in VR lately. I tried Tower Tag. I tried Add a Hand. Oh, so good. Actually, this one is a game that has been out for a while now called A Night in the Attic. And I finally got around to trying that out. It's really unique mechanics, but I don't know. I'll let you know. It's a little frustrating because it's hard.
That's cool. That was one that escaped me. I don't even know that one. So I
didn't see too many people talking about it. Anyway, I've just been dabbling in a bunch of different games lately. Oh, and I tried Rift. Anyway, let's not go off my list of things I've tried.
No, it's very cool. I'm glad you were getting into some VR. But let me introduce our other co-host tonight. We are joined by Elliot Tate. He is one of our teammates at Impact Reality, and you may know him from the popular sites Flat2 VR and Beat Saber modding group. Elliot Tate, what's up, Elliot? How you doing?
Hey, good. How about you?
Good. So your first time on the Impact Reality podcast. Well, you have been on other podcasts before, but tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about what you do in VR.
Yeah. Let's see. I got started in VR back when my brother kept talking about his DK1. He was just like, this is amazing. You got to try this out. It wasn't until the first CV1 came out that I ended up getting one and getting really hooked. Then Beat Saber came out and I played it once and I was like, this is an amazing workout. Like this is tricking you into working out. There's something really powerful about this. So got super into Beat Saber, helped start the Beat Saber modding group. And then years later, after growing it pretty big, started helping other games grow like Synth Riders and Supernatural. And then here we are, I guess 6 years later with just a huge number, just being involved, helping to grow VR any way I can.
Yeah, it's kick-ass, and I think you're a little modest about some of the numbers of that Beat Saber body group. There's so many freaking people in that group. I mean, can you give us some numbers, like how big that thing is?
Yeah, well, let's see. Within the first year, we hit 300,000 people in the Discord alone. The website has around 3 million unique visitors right now, and then just even people that are signed up to the site, it's around 3/4 of a million regular people. But yeah, it's amazing just to see that explode, and then all that kind of came out from that. Even a lot of the stuff I do, one side thing I do is the Flat2 VR modding, which is a passion of mine, and a lot of us kind of started Beat Saber modding and then kind of taking that out to, okay, what else can we mod? Like, what else can we use our talents to grow VR? And that's kind of part of how that even came about.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You're like the modding guru of the VR industry. So
Yeah, I mean, so if you're looking for somebody who wants to help and be one of the saviors of PC VR gaming right now, Elliot is probably leading that charge amongst other people. But yeah, I mean, if you're into PC VR gaming, modding is pretty much where it's at right now. There's some amazing things going on, and yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of those people do that stuff for free, right, Elliot? There's it's all passion project for them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's just really cool to be in a community where so many people are giving their time and talent all to help grow this VR and share what's amazing to them. And the community we have is so much open source code, just kind of like, okay, I learned how to do this, and then a bunch of other people take that and take it to the next level, and we're all kind of working together to build things. And I think at the end of the day, the story of VR is going to be partly about that. Those like grassroots stories of people coming together to make it happen because they were passionate about it. And that's
the VR community is the best community.
It really is.
Hands down, the best community. That's why you start in here, or everyone just dabbles a little bit in the beginning, right? And then you eventually get sucked in. You're like, I don't want any other job. I just want to work in the VR industry, and that's it. I don't care if that's all I spend my time in. And yeah, that's pretty much all of us and everybody in chat too. Hi, everybody in chat.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody in chat? Hello, how are you all doing today? Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. This is we're back again, hopefully on a little bit more regular basis, which is going to be great for this foreseeable future. And I'm glad you said passionate projects, Jazz and Elliot, because that's kind of what this podcast is all about. This is about looking at the passionate people in an industry that is not maybe as mainstream as some communities that do these things for, number one, wanting to succeed, but wanting to succeed for virtual reality. So a lot of the people that we're bringing on this show, especially the two people that we have here, are pushing forward boundaries to help grow virtual reality in different ways than maybe you would see out of your normal game. And I think this is a good time to bring them in and say hello. So I will introduce there. Let me introduce and say hello to Alex, the co-founder and CEO, and Michael, the co-founder and CTO of VRWORKOUT. Hello, fellas. How are you doing today?
Hello. Very well.
Hi, Eric.
Alex, Michael, thanks for being here. Michael, what time is it of the day for you right now?
It's 12:45 a.m.
Oh, that's not bad. That's okay.
Yeah,
that's easy.
That's how passionate the people here are. People like Michael joining a podcast at almost 1 a.m. in the morning, just so he can talk about how passionate he is about the VR industry.
I mean, I cheat a bit because I did a workout before that, so that I'm pumped up, so that I don't sleep away.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Yeah, and VR developers don't sleep anyway. We all know this, so you're not fooling anybody. You deal with it anyway.
They're only half human.
Well, thank you guys for being here, Alex and Michael. We appreciate it. And let's just kind of jump in. I want to, Alex, have you start first. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your journey into virtual reality, how you discovered it, and what has driven you, to this point, where you are.
Okay. Thanks for having us. Really appreciate it. And the vibe here is really lovely, I have to say. The answer to your question, how I got into this, I was in the sort of biohacking scene, doing human potential peak performance businesses, like supplements. I had supplements. I had some events going on, these kinds of things, and
he was a drug dealer. No. Bulletproof.
I was selling Bulletproof.
That whole world is really.
I was selling Bulletproof among other things.
Interesting.
So I was running that business. And then I and a few other things, and I started getting more and more picky about business models, and I moved into apps, and I was like, oh my god, this is just like infinitely scalable. You do the work once, and it just scales infinitely. And the story that I'm telling is that I was looking at my App Store report, revenue report, and I made my first money from App Store in 2018. App Store came out in 2008. So I was 10 years 2000 and late for that paradigm.
Ouch.
And that's why I kind of got into VR. If you want to like, really catch a wave and sort of like make impact and scale and grow and everything, you have to be at the right place at the right time. So that's where I think we are right now with XR. So that's
Nice.
how I got into it broadly.
Nice. Were you a gamer at all in virtual reality though when you first jumped in, or was it strictly apps and like in different
I started
experiences?
building straight away. I've organized maybe 130 events in VR gatherings. The biohackers VR meetups, they're kind of discontinued. The XR industry masterminds are still active. We have weekly team meetings in VR chat to kind of like build culture with the remote team and that kind of thing. So I've done a lot of events. I did my first product was a mindfulness meditation app. It's on SideQuest, Mindfulness VR, and then I was also involved in bringing Noda, the VR mind mapping app.
Oh, that's cool.
into
Yeah,
I love
that.
Noda.
That's
It's
really
so
cool.
good.
Yeah, we can jump in one day.
My brain
guys.
works in mind maps, so
We should definitely jump in.
that's cool.
We can stream it.
It's awesome. Like we have mostly gamers on the podcast. I think you too might be the first ones that are in VR more so for like the utility of it, for the productivity, how it enhances like your lives outside of entertainment. So that's really exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And let me ask you this, Alex, before we move to Michael. So you got into virtual reality. You made a couple of different apps. What has brought you? What brought to the culmination or the genesis of VR Workout? Like what strove? What was the strive for you to kind of move you in this direction?
Well, I was working on the meditation thing, and I drove traffic, and I found that like people weren't super keen to buy it. And so if people aren't keen to buy it, then it means that they don't feel that they're getting value out of it or that kind of thing. And I started looking at what is something that like, people will want enough to, make a commitment towards and an investment in. And I don't know. I don't think there's anything more high impact than home fitness in terms of like helping people, making the world a better place, to use the cliche, the Silicon Valley cliche. So that's the genesis of how I sort of got directed into fitness. Michael, Michael's story is a little bit different. It's like scratching his own itch.
Yeah, well, let's jump into that, Michael. Just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you come into virtual reality, and how you made yourself into to get to VR Workout.
Virtual. So hi, I'm Michael. Everybody knows that. I came into virtual reality. I'm a tech geek, so I love tech stuff, and I love building, and I love tinkering with stuff. And VR in the beginning is exactly that. I mean, if you look at a DK1 or anything, it's like people strapping stuff to their faces and making that VR. I mean, that's basically the
in the garage.
Exactly, yeah. So
yeah.
my first VR device was some 3D printed thing that I ordered somewhere in Germany. That was like, it was called Dive VR, which was just simple cardboard viewer before cardboard was a thing.
Nice.
And I was like waiting for that thing to come, and then it was like, it was magic. It was complete shit in retrospect, but it was like magic at this point in time. And then I didn't jump on the Oculus train, on the DK1 train, because I had other things at that time. But when the HTC Vive, the OG Vive came out, then it was like, okay, I pre-ordered that immediately. It arrived. It was like, I was so happy. I used it for a month, and then it stopped.
Oh no!
simply not because I don't like VR, but when you're in like my age, then you kind of have like a different setup as if I had back in university, where basically everything was lying around. So I'm married. I have a wife who has certain requirements on how everything should look. So it was like, okay, this stuff can't be around. The base stations can't be up. So every time I want to use the VR, I have to put everything up. You do that for a while, but after a while it gets really old, and then you just put it away, and you never look at it. So I tried a bit of VR development back then, but without really doing it all the time, you can't really do anything. But then when the Quest 1 came out, it was kind of like the point of view where I thought, okay, that actually could be the thing that makes me gives me the ability to work on that continuously without having this limitation of putting stuff away. And it was the case, and that was also the case for how I got into VR fitness, because it was like around that time I'm currently 42. My dad died when he was 40 after his third cardiac arrest. And it was always since I was young, it was always kind of this sword above my head. This could happen to me as well. So it was like always this. Okay, I have to do something. I have to make sure that doesn't happen to me. And when you get at this age and you think, okay, it's kind of the point where you decide, are you going to make it or not? We like a doctor from the Austrian Institute of Technology where I was working told me, hey, you have to do something. You're not healthy. And I tried really to do a lot of exercising to get my health up. And VR was kind of this thing that I have no problem doing hard things, but I have problems sticking to them. So and VR was kind of this thing where it's like I started off with box VR in 2019, and it was like that's the thing that makes me do that forever. So that's it's like it looked like the cheat code to your health basically. Yeah, and it really was. But the problem is if you do something like only with your upper body where you hit stuff, you progress pretty quickly, but you reach this plateau where there is simply no more going beyond unless you go for 1, 2, 3 hours, and that's kind of pointless because then I can go to the gym, can go in the car and go to the gym as well. So at this point I was like, okay, what can we do? Can I do to make this more effective? And also tinkering. There was like trying to use weights, like strapping it to your wrists, or trying to use resistance bands. The first resistance band that I used was like I didn't have any proper thing, so I used one of those elastic yoga thingies and kind of tied it to my.
Kind of dangerous.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt yourself in there. Your wife's gonna come home. You're gonna be knocked out on the floor. Your VR headset on. Let me ask you guys both a question real quick. So Michael, you said you weren't super healthy. You were looking a way to get healthy. Alex, were you like a workout person? Were you like heavy into working out? Was it part of your routine?
I'll tell you what, in the as I said, I came from the biohacking scene. In the biohacking scene, there's all these origin stories of I had this condition or I had that condition. 80% of the origin stories have something, like Michael with his dad, for example. My story isn't that like profound. I'm pretty fit, reasonably fit. I'm not like, people don't look at me when I'm walking down the beach or anything, but like I'm not having any conditions or anything. So sorry, I can't help you with a cool origin story.
No, it's just good to know that, like, I mean, the kind of like what drives you to do things like this. And I think it's either, I think you either come from two places, which is you did. You either come from Michael's spot where you're looking to figure out how do I get healthy and how do I trick myself into like making it fun or enjoyable to make myself want to do it, or you come from your side where cheat code, or you come from your side where you're already a fitness person and you just want to do something to get other people into fitness.
You're kind of on it. I think it's the most important thing that you can do for your health and for your longevity. What are the options? Eating well, sleeping, meditating, working out. Between all of these things, and there's research backing this up. Peter Attia from Stanford was talking about it. It's the most important thing because what it does is it impacts all the other things. So it makes you eat better, it increases your appetite. It makes you sleep better because you're more, you're more stressed out, or like your body is more like physically stressed out, which is a good thing. It's positive stress. It makes your mind work better because of like the neurotropic factors and like neurotransmitters and whatnot. So it's the most important thing you can do. That's why I'm like all in on this sort of like opportunity, let's say.
Alex, you're like listing these 4 things. I'm like, after each one, I'm like, oh shoot, off.
That's like, damn, I don't check any of these boxes.
Yeah, I'm like, oh god.
But you can with VR Workout. Now, I want to. For the people in chat that may not know what VR Workout is, I don't want to go too far into this without kind of explaining what VR Workout is, because there may be people watching now or watching later. They're like, I haven't heard of VR Workout yet. What is this? So, in your guys' words, tell us exactly what VR Workout is, the app.
Michael, you tell it better.
I tell it better. So the short like one-liner is VRWORKOUT. It's a hand tracking based full body fitness game. So that's basically the core of it. Full body. I mean, for everybody, a lot of games say they're full body because they basically try to engage you as much as possible. But what we're trying to do is we really use the body weight training combined in VR. So we're trying to put classical calisthenics body weight training as much as possible into VR, simply because your body weight, you always have it with you. So you don't need extra. You don't need anything extra. You can increase the intensity of the workout. You can make the workout more effective without having any additional requirements. And with hand tracking, I mean, that's the logical next step, because you're not going to do push-ups or crunches or anything with controllers. That just doesn't work. I mean, it works, but it's not really comfortable.
I think that's the biggest thing.
You'll go through and break some
absolutely.
controllers.
I think that's one of the main things here. Like, people need to know that, like, this is not supernatural. This is not, Beat Saber. This is not your normal, you think you're working out in virtual reality. This is really physically working out in your
push-ups,
play space.
burpees, crunches.
Yeah. You would be doing everything you would normally do in a normal workout. You're just doing it in a VR headset in a different environment with music and with with cues and things like that, right?
The cues are actually
the word is runway. It's a runway game, so things are flying at you. Beat Saber is the ultimate example, and yeah, you're hitting the things and doing high intensity calisthenics, push-ups, burpees, crunches, squats, lunges, side squats, planks. We've got like where you're prone on the ground and you're hitting things with one hand and engaging your whole core. And so, guys, by the way, everyone who's watching, please go on your app and type in VRWORKOUT, one word. We're here as XR Workout because we're in the middle of a rebrand into the XR world. But just grab it; it's free. Back to you, Eric.
Yeah.
What like workout program would you say it's most like, as far as like P90X or
it's like a Tabata,
some type of beach body?
It's like a Tabata body weight sprint. So like this is where you normally they're being run on apps where it's just like, okay, time to do 10 push-ups, time to do 30 squats, So that would be that's the core mechanic that you're following, but like we've made it into a runway game, and so you got points and you've got like multiplayer. And every single movement tracked, and all the magic that you just can't do any other frigging way. Like, if you had to log it, you could log it manually. You could, like even apps can't do it. No one's really built that. So this is using the technology. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this is unlike anything that I've ever done before, because when I originally got into it and checked it out, I was unsure of exactly what I was going to be doing in here. And then all of a sudden, I started moving and, jogging in place. And then I was getting into a squat position, and then I was getting into a seated position and doing crunches. And then I was standing, having to get up very fast and get up and start doing a jumping jack position. And then you're doing like you said, you get into planks. You're actually doing like the rope maneuvers, like when you're trying to like, do the heavy rope. And I quickly realized that, number one, I'm not in shape. And number two, I don't know the hurdles that, Michael, that you must have gone through to try and make this work in VR must have been difficult in the beginning.
Yeah. I wanted to say just quickly that, like, someone said, do you hit your HMD while doing burpees? And I just want to put an emphasis, because like we're saying all these things, like you can do push-ups, you can do like side planks, and there's no controllers in this. I know we said hand tracking. There's no controllers, and yes, it can track you like while doing these like full body workouts without full body tracking, and it's pretty incredible. As Michael said, he's like a tech geek. He loves like he loves tinkering with things. So yeah, Michael, tell us how you and the team there made this all possible.
Going to this, do you hit your head HMD on the? I think that the question was, do you hit the HMD on the floor? Because we get this question a lot, especially with the push-ups. People say, hey, if I'm gonna do push-up, am I not going to hit my headset on the floor? The thing is, the easy answer is try closing your eye and do a push-up. You're probably not going to hit your nose on the floor because you know where your body is simply by your hand position.
It's the same body thing
intelligence. The same thing is true for the headset as well. So it's like it's not an issue. And even if you would touch the floor, I mean, yeah, you're touching the floor from like a few centimeters above.
You'll learn pretty fast.
Definitely.
I've got dozens upon dozens of hours in VRWORKOUT now, and I've never hit my headset with my hands doing anything or hit my headset on the floor. Nothing.
Hey, Eric, one quick thing, like if you're feeling, if that feeling was like a bit self-conscious about like, okay, I'm really out of shape. I don't care how ripped and muscly and bulky you are, VR workout will kick anyone's ass.
Yeah, and that's what I meant. Like,
is that the guarantee? TM.
That's what I meant when I said it, because I have done every other workout app. I've been in them all. Like I pay for the monthly subscription to Supernatural because I like it and my wife absolutely loves it. So we have it. I've done them all, and I can get through those pretty easily. Les Mills Body Combat, all of them. I've been there. This is the only one that absolutely kicks my ass when I'm done. Like when I'm done, I am drenched in sweat. And the next day, my legs hurt, my back hurts. You have the feeling that you just did a great workout, not in a bad way. You know, when you do a workout,
are we recording this, by the way, guys?
Think about those workouts like you do, and the next day when you have that soreness, that feeling that you accomplished something, that feeling that you've done something. It's that good soreness of a good workout. That's what you feel. That's what you feel when you do this, and you don't get that from a lot of other VR apps.
I'm laughing because there was like definitely several times that the Impact Reality team has done VR workouts together, and the next day we're all like, I can't walk. Can you walk? I can't. I'm so sore.
You're welcome.
And it's quite
Who's
funny.
Winning, guys? Who's winning between you guys?
I think Eric is definitely the
hey, no.
You can't just say, hey, no.
That wins everything. Hey, no, that wins everything.
But coming back to your question about the technical aspect, the technical problems we had, and I mean, everybody who worked with hand tracking, especially in the beginning, knows. I mean, when it came out, it felt kind of magical because like you have no controller, it just tracks you, and it worked well for the time. If you compare it to how it's now, then it's like day and night. But that was one big reason why a lot of games just didn't use hand tracking at all because of the limitations. But that kind of helped us a bit because it basically defined our game mode. Because we started off in a time where hand tracking did work, but was slow, was unreliable. So all our game had to be built around those limitations. And that's also why the game currently is not like FitXR or all those boxing games where you really go for explosive push hitting something, but it's all about the movement. So we really try, and that's also why it's so intense, because we only try to move your body. So doing wide movements with your hands, doing all the running, I think it's all mostly about movement. You can if you really want to do the boxing and really want to hit stuff intensely, you can do it, and it tracks it as well, as much as it can with hand tracking. But it's really the movement. And the good thing there is like hand tracking got better, and we got better with it because the game was already built around the limitations, and with it getting better, everything got better as well. You have one thing that is less important now than it was in the past is since the hand tracking in the past was slow and lost a lot of tracking. We kind of use that as a game mechanic because if you're doing like a movement where you do a fast movement, like you're trying to hit something to the side, then it's very likely that it loses tracking. But that also means you were moving somewhere fast. And if you're losing tracking and regaining tracking close to where the actual cue is, we assume you actually wanted to hit that. And if you did do the movement, you get the reward for it by us hitting this cue for you. So that's also the reason why the hand tracking in VR Workout almost always felt better than what the actual system. It's not as important anymore as it is today. We have another secret that's coming, so that we're not going to.
Okay, we got more secrets. Good.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's what we're here for. You to tell us all the secrets right now. You got to give them up. Yeah, there is a great question in chat. Jay Bratt, who has been did a ton of a VR workout, and still doing it, I believe. He asked the question, and I don't want to get to a lot of this until the end, but I do want to bring it up because he did ask, and that is any Apple Vision Pro plans, because he said this game screams for the mixed reality part of the Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, I mean, we are in this. Okay, Alex, do you want to go?
Yeah, we there's nothing confidential. We had our first meeting on Apple campus 2 months ago.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Cool.
We're trying to get another one next week when we're in town for the Meta Connect conference.
We'll see you there.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress. It's the kind of company you have to be invited to work with. So we're trying to invite ourselves to be invited. I don't know how to explain it, but work in progress. We're made for that platform, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it seems begging.
If you're scared about working out with a $300 headset, you're going to be more scared working out with a $3,500 headset.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Can you imagine the first time that thing comes whipping up? You're diving for it to catch it. Yeah, I would have to like
made a glass.
My head.
Typical Apple.
Yeah.
Have you touched one? The Apple Vision Pro?
Not yet. So the thing is, I'm in driving distance to an Apple developer center. The problem at the moment is we're still not able to. So the game would be ready for the Vision Pro, but as with most developers, we don't have access to the polyspatial UA from Unity, so we can't actually build it. And it doesn't make sense to drive to developer center to test our software if we weren't able to build it. But we are getting closer. So
Unity is a bunch of troublemakers.
Yeah.
Oh no, not Unity. That's a whole other podcast, Alex.
That really is.
That would be crazy. But
well, so when the new hand tracking came out, you were one of the featured games that Meta really presented. Was that something they worked with you guys when they were working on the newer update? Like clearly they were testing behind the scenes a lot with it, but was that something they kind of worked with you guys? Or
so we are working pretty close with Meta on hand and body tracking, not in a way that we are building something for them, but in a way that we are already doing something in that field, and they have a few partners. They basically give stuff to try and make sure that stuff works. And since hand tracking wise, I think we are one of the biggest hand tracking games, and to date, if we count all like the old users from the previous version and the current version, we already brought around 350,000 people into hand tracking, which is, I think, for Meta quite interesting, because if you are something, you get closer access to the people there, and we tried a lot. I think even. We did use the fast hand tracking with the Hands 2.0 before it was officially allowed to be used. Not because we had some special access, but because we just did it, and it was an unofficial mode. But now it's actually officially supported, and so they used our expertise to see if there are any issues there. But the same goes for other hand tracking apps. So we are not special in this case. But yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about the mixed reality? Like what are we working? Are you working on mixed reality? Is there mixed reality currently in the current app, and what will that look like possibly for Quest 3?
Mixed reality was already there in almost even a year ago. How we built mixed reality is the first thing when we did mixed reality was like, okay, we just remove the game environment and just you do the workout there. The problem is like most of those Beat Saber type games or any game where you have stuff coming at you, you kind of need some runway. That's why it's a runway game. And that runway is, in our case, it's almost exactly 8 meters. Nobody has a living room that's 8 meters long, or almost nobody. So the problem you then have is that stuff that's coming at you is not spatially correct. So your wall is in front, is behind the queue, even though the queue should actually be behind the wall. So that stuff didn't work. And our philosophy is we want to have additional features and we want to make it as accessible as possible, but without the user having to do all kinds of setup or anything. So we went is like we made a portal in front of you where the game world behind it can be as big as possible, and the portal was spaced. I think it was 1.5 meters or something. So we spaced it that you can place the portal in your living room easily. Almost everybody should be able to do that, and then we have the flexibility to have the game world behind it be as big as possible. The problem is. It's still too big for most rooms, like with the height and the width. So it still was poking into. It was okay, but it was still poking into your walls and everything, and it was kind of this unbelievability. And now with the Quest 3, the update of that's coming. It will be that you can, when you map out your walls, it will actually align to your walls.
And when is that Quest 3 coming out? Tell us.
I have the same.
We'll just keep slipping in that throughout this whole podcast.
The same information as you have, which is the Best Buy announcement of October 10th. And when I told it to Meta, they said, we are not telling you anything. But they were smiling, so it's kind of.
We'll ask Mark next week when we see him.
Yeah.
I have to say, we never even mentioned one of the most important things about VR Workout, which is that's free.
Yeah, Alex, tell us a little bit about the model. Like, what is the model of, how do we, number one, it's free to get into, but then, how does it proceed from there?
We are making, as a company, a commitment to always have a free, useful version available to humanity. We feel that people are, like a little bit grabby or something about how they do, trials or, upfront payments and stuff. Or, this is the difference between a product game and a service game. So we're more of a service game. So we're keeping this free tier, 8 minutes per day, no obligation. If you want to continue unrestricted free access, you can host a multiplayer room. That's a little sort of like shortcut Easter eggy kind of thing that we've built in. And that means that we will often have multiplayer rooms available for someone to have a social experience and a social workout. And then if you're going above that, like 8 minutes per day, $10 a month, come on, you're getting value out of it. It's the cost of a Starbucks.
Yeah, it's cheap. And a couple of things you mentioned here, which I think are big. Number one, multiplayer. This is one of the only workout apps where you can get in and you can work out with other people. You can have up to how many people in here, Michael?
Currently 15. So we had it, like the initial version had it at 8, but we had to bump it up when we did the Impact Reality workouts. So we bumped it up to 15. I think that's going to stick for a while. I think that's enough because it gets too crowded at a point. I mean, even though technically it would be possible, it just
15 is amazing. I mean, that's great. I mean, think about all the how many classes do people go to at gyms and do a class where you get in with other people, because it's a community event at that point. You're in there with people, you're working out with people, people are motivating other people, you're helping you get through your workout. This is a great idea. I think every app should be multiplayer that's like this to pull this along. I do want to mention Arlen Kundert says, I am late to the stream, but are there plans to calibrate VR Workout for the height of ceilings? I'm 6'1" and my basement ceiling is a little more than 7 feet high. So if I punch out, I can hit the ceiling. But I will say one thing real quick before you guys answer is you can cater your workout to you and your environment. So I'll let you guys explain that. But even if you have physical difficulties doing certain things, you can cater it, or if you have restrictions because of your environment, you can cater your workout to you or your environment. Go ahead, guys.
Well, can I just say too, for that, like for me, I'm outing myself, but I always turn off the push-ups. I don't want to do
Jasmine
push-ups.
Jasmine.
So I'm working on it, okay?
But that's a great question, because one thing is just we know it can kick even Eric's ass. So to someone who is intimidated by working out, what does the app offer that they can find a home?
Let me jump in and then I'll hand over to Mike. Michael, Jasmine, feel free to do half push-ups as an interim step, and then over the next,
Alex giving permission, you have my blessing to do that.
Really, guys,
thank you, Sensei.
we have gentler modes, and I think that's kind of already covered by the other options. If you want to go gentle, then there are options which do that. What we're trying to do, I would like people to do with us, is push themselves just that little bit harder, that little bit more, go out of the comfort zone, feel the burn. And so that's what I'm hoping our people do. Michael, how would you respond?
Yeah, so definitely we are trying to have different difficulties for a broad range of abilities. Someone in some podcast or something mentioned it about us that the game doesn't really punish you for not doing it. So if you can't, it's obviously you don't get the points, but it's not like you're not getting punished. punished because you can't.
It doesn't shame you. It doesn't put your picture on social media.
We should work on. We should work
We're
on
going to have that as a dial.
Yeah, we should do that.
How much shame do you want? How much of a cranky coach do you want?
Yeah.
But overall, you have multiple ways of tailoring it towards what you can do. First of all, you can select different exercises to include or exclude. Before you start your workout, you have different modifiers. So you may have some exercise that you can do, but not some certain type of that variant of that exercise. You have the difficulties. The difficulty is in a way our game can scale the difficulty without steps between easy and hard. So even though the selection is easy, medium, hard, but in automatic mode, it can actually scale it fluidly. So what happens when the game gets harder? It will get faster and everything will get wider. So we force you to do more movement. And in addition to certain jumps, when you have certain types of exercises that get a variant in when it get more difficult. So the best example is during jumping. When you do the jump, when you do it in easy, it's just jumping without your hands. So you just do like skip rope jumping without hands up. When it switches to medium, it requires you to put your hands up as well. Like if you're in a concert, you're jumping around. And when it switches to hard, then it will add squat afterwards. So you're doing a squat jump. So you have the scaling from easy to hard is speed, is how wide everything is, and how the difficulties are. So you have a lot of room where you can do the exercise exactly as you want. But something is coming it's currently in beta, but it's going to be released in probably over the next 1 or 2 months, which is we are adding voice commands where you talk to the robot in your space, and you can actually change the workout during your workout. So for example, you say you don't want to do push-ups, but maybe you're doing a workout and say, okay, maybe I can do a little bit of push-ups. So you add it while you're working out, and then when it's too much for you, you just say, okay, remove push-ups. So then it will be
cool.
Gone. And that's a cool thing. You can do a lot of stuff dynamically.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about the music. Working out in VR is fantastic when you can be in special environments and you have these visual cues to help you do what you're supposed to be doing. But I think the music is necessary. You have an amazing list of songs that are built into the app itself that you can use to get you through your workout. But you also have downloadable music as well.
Yeah, so with downloaded music, do you mean your own music, or do you mean the one that's built into game?
There. Yeah, that one.
Okay, so the game comes with 100 songs. So that's we have a playlist. So that this should cover most of the need for someone who's getting into the workout. And even if you're on the free
100 carefully picked nice songs.
Exactly. And if you when you get into the workout and you're just doing the free workout, you don't have the option to do your custom playlist, but that doesn't mean you have to play the same song over and over and over again. You have the quick start looks pretty small when you get in the game, but when you realize that every time you start the game, the playlists are shuffled, so you get new playlists, so you don't always play the same songs. And also the workout, since the workout is generated dynamically, every time you play an easy 3 minutes, it's going to be different. So the workout is going to be different and the songs are going to be different. So that's what's built in. That's how you will start off. And when you go to the host a workout or you go to the subscription, you can actually build out your playlist. So you just have your 100 songs, and you can build your playlist for however long you want it to be. There is a hidden option that's not yet official, where you can add your own music. So you just upload it to your Quest, but that's not something if you know where it is, then you can actually use it, but it's not publicly available. And the thing that's probably interesting for most people is that you can also add YouTube songs. So if you're on the subscription plan, you can have a search panel where you can actually search for a song in the game, and it adds it to your song playlist, and you can then add that to your workout playlist. Or you go through what's a bit easier. You go through our backend, so you log into the user portal on the web, and you just add YouTube songs one after the other, and then they are available in the game. And the cool thing about it is YouTube songs also work in multiplayer. So when you add YouTube songs to your playlist and you host a multiplayer workout, then everybody gets the same song. So they start at the same time, and everybody plays the same song. At the moment, YouTube songs are not we don't have at the moment we don't have the beat information about the songs, so the songs are set at a standard 120 BPM. In the very old version that was built on the Godot engine, there was actually the ability to set the BPM, the actual beats of each song, and we are bringing that back in the future, so that even the YouTube songs have this information when the beat is, because the game, as I said, the game is generating the workout while it's progressively on demand. But it does have, for the built-in songs, it does have the beat information, so it tries to put the cues that are coming on beats. Obviously, it doesn't work for every exercise. Some exercises simply require you to have something somewhere where you can't select for a beat, but it basically searches for a beat that is within a certain range of time where it can put a cue, and only if that's not possible, then it inserts some cue that's not on beat.
But basically, guys, Michael is a genius.
Honestly,
he figured out
the TLDR,
all of this stuff, and full body phone tracking. If you want to bring your feet in, talk about multifaceted. Thank you, Michael.
Heart rate tracking, right?
Heart rate tracking, dynamic difficulty, just we wake up in the morning as a company, as a team, and it's like, look what Michael's done. Better shit than 56 million funded companies have done. You know what I mean?
It's happened to me. I've been doing. So a lot of times on Fridays I host workouts in VRWORKOUT. So if you want to come and join me in a VR workout, you can do that. And I've been in there with Michael, and I'm like, wow, Michael, you know what? It would be cool if you could do this. And literally, the next day, he would message me like, hey, that was a good idea. I just put it in the game. And I'm like, what? You just put it in 24 hours? Yeah. So it's crazy how quickly this app is evolving. It's cool to see how quickly it has evolved, even over the last, say, 3 to 6 months. I mean, really, it's come such a long way, and you have a lot more planned. I mean, can you tell us a little bit about roadmap, and what are we looking for VRWORKOUT for the future?
Let me have a go. I brought these along with me here. I mean, this is kind of
those?
These are the Snap Spectacles 4.
Snap.
They're not out.
Those are awesome, man. So tell everybody what those are. Are they AR glasses?
They're prototypes. They're not released. And this is the kind of form factor that I think we're really building for.
Heading toward.
Right now we're putting up with the bulky headset. It's fine. Actually, it disappears as soon as you start a workout. But one day, our dream is that people are going to be like, you know what? I need to do a workout. I need to unwind a bit. Okay, you pick up these things, you put them on. All of a sudden, you're doing push-ups, burpees. Where in discussions with Snap to bring VRWORKOUT to this platform as a sort of prototype, as a reason for their users to pick this device up, because there aren't that many for them to really use it. So when you talk about roadmap, this is the an example of what we're working towards. There was that contact lens company which kind of was almost getting to FDA stage, and then pulled back. That's obviously
that was
getting to sci-fi grade. Yeah. And I have my personal favorite of Neuralink direct optical nerve implant, and you just imagine.
Nice. That's it. That's what I want.
As soon as the Unity plugin is ready for that, we'll be there. But
my mind will be in a beach, but I will be working out. So I don't have to actually.
Okay, so there's the sci-fi grade of roadmap. Sure. Michael, in terms of next steps and stuff, do you want to?
Yeah. So the immediate roadmap without us plugging directly into your brain is obviously the Quest 3 launch, which will add. The mix, so we expanded the mixed reality in by adding your room into your workout. I mean, we already did at the floor with the push-ups, but you're now able to map out your wall and your chair and do exercises with that, which is pretty cool, because again, it's the philosophy of using stuff you already have. I mean, that's what we are trying to do without you having to buy new things. Later in the year, there will come weight tracking. So weight training, so the classical weight training where you really do certain amount of reps and a certain amount of sets with that, and we're trying. We at the moment we think we are going to be really pioneering that, because there is already one app that does it, like Light Sport, where you have a trainer in front of you, the classical trainer shows you what you have to do, and you do it. The problem is it doesn't really react to your workout. So it gives you something, but depending on what weight you're using, you may not even be able to do the same things. And what we are trying to do is, like with everything else, we are doing everything first person. So we are trying to show you what to do from your perspective. And that's going to be, the thing is going to be, you have some robot arms like 2 meters in front of you that you're controlling with your upper body. And that's going to show you what you have to do. And it's also going to adapt to how quickly you can do it, so that you can it can figure out how much you can do and when it's enough, when you have to stop. That's the immediate roadmap. Then foot tracking is kind of in between. So you may have seen the videos we put out on social media where we add exercises that use your feet as well, where we combine Meta's body tracking for the upper body with like your phone that tracks your lower body. And obviously that's not perfect, so don't expect VR chat level of you just move everything around, but we're trying to build around those limitations. So we are trying to give you feet where you can do, so like this game Dance Dash VR, it's probably pretty close feeling to that, but you don't need to use your controllers, you just put your phone there, because again, we want to use...
Sorry. I just realized there's like a half a dozen questions here.
Yeah, we're just about to try and get to some of these.
Do you want to do a quick burn through them?
Yeah, can we do that? Is it okay?
I can just do that.
Yeah.
We responded about the live events. Eric is Impact Reality is hosting a community event on a weekly basis. Would love you guys to join. Are there plans to partner with gyms or fitness venues to bring awareness of VR as a platform for health and fitness? Like I and some other people have been toying with the ideas of location-based VR fitness. My sort of dream is that people come into a fitness facility like they do onto a normal studio or class, and then they pick up the headset and they do something. It doesn't have to be VR workout. It could be Supernatural one day. It could be VR workout another day. And having that, they're in the same place doing a virtual experience. They could be doing it from home. I don't know. It's kind of like, it's crazy enough to be cool, I think. So we're toying with that. That adds a whole lot of complexity that we're trying to avoid as a company, but it's on the horizon. It's on the radar. Let's say, adding an AI assistant mode or companion for encouragement and settings, a la Iron Man. I have on my Christmas card list a couple of things. So I would like to be able to just look at the robot. So when you're working out, you have these two robots who kind of like give you like a little bit of support and guidance. We've already, Michael, one of the things he did last week was like, now we can talk chat commands to them, remove push-ups, add push-ups, make it harder, make it easier.
You can do voice commands?
Yes, that's brand new.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, and I put a little Christmas card request. Can we just like query GPT from there? Like if you just like have a crazy idea, you just want to ask the friggin' thing. Michael is depends on how much of a good boy I am if I get that Christmas present. Nice. But what was the other thing on my Christmas card? Oh yeah, my other thing on the Christmas card list was kettlebells. I want to have a gamified kettlebell swing.
That would be cool.
I've been pretty good. I don't know.
Somebody was asking for peripherals too. Are there plans for peripherals or compatibility with fitness bands or biometric sensors?
Yeah, we have the Apple Watch, and is Polar Strap working, Michael?
Yeah, so we are talking about what's coming now, because we are currently with the Quest 3 launch. You had the ability to connect your heart rate through your phone to the game, and in the update you will be able to connect Bluetooth heart rate sensors directly to app. So you just connect them in the game, which makes it a lot more comfortable, because having this extra step is always a bit, and so now you just put the strap on and it will connect automatically, and that's it. For the Apple Watch, we do need the companion app, so that's also coming out in about a month. So when Apple approves our app, then you will be able to connect Apple Watch to the game and control the game with your heart rate.
Like it.
Cool.
Kensei Gaming says jujitsu. Any chance for like doing training for like jujitsu?
I saw that.
Like
I saw that. So I wanna temper the expectations of the foot tracking a bit. In this version, so what we're trying to do is bring it to as many people as possible. So we are trying to be. I estimate we are going to be for a while the only app except for VRChat where you have the people who have actual trackers, but the only app that will have widespread foot tracking support, and we have to kind of make that work as easily as possible.
I want to ask if Kensei has any ideas on what to do or how to do it. You know, like I am like a BJJ enthusiast. I've done it like a few times. I really love it. I'm getting caught up in this like trend and everything, and so like if there was a way, a mechanic that we could come up with, you know, Michael is the one who's normally coming up with like crazy mechanics for how to bring an exercise in, but yeah, feel free to share. Have you ever done BJJ, Michael?
No.
Yeah.
So nothing. I mean,
I
my dream would be
VR
kickboxing.
yoga. I want VR yoga on the roadmap. I checked on SideQuest the other day. There was a few VR yoga players popping up here and there. I think we can bring that some of those positions and postures quite easily into our
Some
world.
would definitely work. Yeah, that's something.
I would love to see like martial arts training. I know there has been a couple of apps for like Tai Chi and things like that, but nothing that's been done well.
Yeah.
I think those types of things could be really cool.
Part of jujitsu training is like all these kinds of like they also call it I don't know, animal movement or something, where you sort of like crouch on the ground and walk like a lizard and stuff. You get that like core engaged.
I do that anyway.
Yeah, primal movement. They call it primal movement. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Whatever you're into.
That's how he walks around the house.
Yeah.
All right, I just sent the link to your Discord because
Awesome.
Basically Michael is a wizard here, and if you have like VR Workout's one of the most open like companies that we've seen for any requests or recommendations and how to improve it, make it better. And like Eric said, Michael will just do it like overnight a lot of the times. I mean, not promising that. Sorry, Michael, I'm not trying to make you have a work to do.
Whatever you ask for.
It's like Michael may have just pissed himself a little bit.
But you know, they do listen. Michael's always looking for inputs.
Yeah, definitely go and check out the Discord. Like Kensei, you know, if you have some suggestions, definitely for Alex. Alex is in the Discord. Michael is in the Discord. Everybody is super active. And you guys should just be going there anyway, just because
this is videos as well. If you're going to show us some stuff, send some vids.
Yeah, he says he's a blue belt. I think
with the head
he's a blue
on.
belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next, Eric?
I wanted to mention a couple of things because I think we kind of blew over a couple of different things, but VR workout, like the workout in it is I think it's using AI, right, to custom create like a workout.
So I mean, AI is a bit of broad term. It's a bit of a broad term, but the whole workout, unless you're using a stored workout, is created dynamically based on multiple factors. It has a lot of probability models inside where it decides what comes next based on what came before. We currently, so at the moment it's more classical. I would say classically machine learning, but we are obviously moving towards more AI. So as Alex mentioned before, he wants to connect ChatGPT. I'm basically the guard there and saying no, we're not doing that because I have no problem with adding some LLM, but I want something that's tailored towards the specific use case and not something generic that we basically lose control and stuff happens. And then Meta doesn't want that either, because if you tell Meta, hey, we are connecting ChatGPT, and they will say to you, how are you ensuring that there's no content coming that's not allowed, like some racist stuff or like something that's not age appropriate, and then you immediately shut down. And then you shut down. You saw the FitXR probably like 2 days ago where they were shut down. Then that happens to you, and then you're kind of cut off.
Yeah, and I think it was important to mention this because when I was talking about, turning off push-ups for my specific workouts, like these workouts that you do, it's all, it's like unlimited workouts, basically. It's not just like a set workout like you would do on like FitXR or like Supernatural or even Beat Saber when you play them, right? It's a very set thing. On here, you select exactly what kind of workouts you want to do. So if you want to focus on lower body, you're doing more of the squats and maybe like the jumps and stuff. And based on this music you select, which again, they have like a list of 100 songs, or if you have the subscription, you can like insert YouTube songs. And based off of those, like what songs you pick, what workouts you pick, it auto like generates a workout for you, like a custom workout basically, which I think is insane. You never have the same workout every single time. And I don't think we mentioned that to a lot of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kensai Gaming says, was this the workout that Miss Grey Wolf annihilated everyone in?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
How many hours per day was she working out in the end?
3
sometimes
hours
3 to 4 hours. Yeah, that was insane.
Whoa.
That's
insane.
And we're talking about intense workouts, so not just a little bit, but she was like going.
Well, yeah, because she was maxing your points too. It's not just about how much time; it's about how many points you score in there.
She clocked the counter like you used to do in the arcade games.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to catch up, and I was like quickly like, I am not catching up. I'm just going to do the best I can. I just don't want to be last at this point. So I was working as hard as I could to stay in the middle of the pack. But
we actually had to change our backend for her because she was doing too long workouts, and the backend couldn't cope with that. So we had to change something on the server that it actually works.
That's so funny.
Upgrade our cloud storage.
I think that's like that is a testament to the fact that this game is this app is so repeatable, and like you can play it for 3 to 5 hours per day for like weeks on end, and like not have the same exact workout every single time.
Well, my way, like I'm going around giving a lot of people demos, and so what I do now is I set a 1 hour workout, and I just put it on someone's head, and then I just go read the newspaper for like
let them go.
5 minutes.
You come back, they're passed out on the floor.
No, they forget they can just take the headset off. They're just like, when is this going to end?
Yeah, no, it's just going to keep going.
I can't stop.
And I think too, the multiplayer aspect, like when we talk about like motivation to keep going, or I think someone was saying like an AI to keep you motivated. I mean, just go work out with some of your coworkers or some of your friends, and I think just like, and there's a leaderboard in there too, and it's like, and you can see it, you can like move, and it's always like, I don't know. It's always just like, no, how did you get like one level above me? And that will definitely keep you motivated.
I mean that's the group workouts. We are encouraging people to do group workouts because the points that the people you're working out with get to count towards you. So the more people you get in, the more points you get.
Yeah, and that was a cool thing that we were able to do. We did like a little competition you guys put on for some content creators and VR content creators to kind of get together and like do this fun thing that Mrs. Grey Wolf dominated everybody in. But there was some amazing people that did really good in there. Jay Bratt really worked out really hard, and he did a lot of work in there. Adam Bombardi, who's amazingly fit, did a great job. Myself and Jasmine and Wise from VR Central, Wise director, he did a really good job, and he still brings his community in there on a weekly to work out. So, and I think you guys probably want, community is a big part of VR workout and what you want to do, and that's why your Discord is so good, so engaging. You need people. So if you're looking for some place to go work out, you're looking for a community to like help you in and like keep you motivated to do something. If you want to get in and do workouts with people, go to the VR Workout Discord. I think building a community there is important. And I think we'll try and do some more of these little cool tournament things.
The way I describe that one, Eric, is like we are a multiplayer experience first with a single player option. I'd love people to always be just having that competitive, that human connection experience through like people are often sort of like looking at VR as a thing that's going to isolate us. People and retire us into these cocoons, but we're actually like bringing people together to do things like if your like bro is on the other side of the planet or sister's on the other side of the planet, you can't be with them. This is a way to be with them in a way that you could never be otherwise. A video call is just like a little square in your hand or on your screen, and have that healthy experience together. So like for the audience here who are passionate about this platform, I hope people can get behind it.
Yeah, and I think they will. I just think more people need to know about it, and hopefully, that's what we were able to do today to get people some knowledge about VR workout, get them in there and see how amazing it is. And guys and girls, it's free. It's super easy to get into. Just
it sounds like we're wrapping up. Are we getting towards a wrap?
I think we are.
Yeah. I'd like to just highlight that we have a fundraiser open.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to be involved in the story, please hit me up on any platform. LinkedIn. I thought I shared my deets there or on the Discord or whatever. But join the mission. If you have anyone to introduce who might be interested, anyone who has an appetite for tech, fitness, health, impact, that kind of thing. We're here to have awesome conversations. We've got really good traction, and you can see the kind of things we're bringing to the table. I think it's a pretty good bet.
Yeah, and that's
Very
one of
cool.
the things. If you're interested in, you want to do something like that and get in on the ground floor of something amazing early, this is a good opportunity to do that. And yeah, I love it. I think it's one of the best things that I've ever tried in virtual reality. It brings me the best feeling I've ever had of actually doing a physical workout in virtual reality. So, yeah, for sure.
Are we recording this?
Yeah, maybe. It's way better than Beat Saber, I'll tell you that.
Hey, that's on our gravestone. Was better than Beat Saber.
Perfect.
Awesome.
But yeah, there is a workout every single Friday, and if you want to join it, it's like in their Discord is where people meet up and stuff. Yeah, and Eric joins that pretty frequently too. So you can beat him. You can beat Eric.
You can try. Bring it. We get some. We get
And
some
that's the thing,
classy
when you
grandma
connect
in
with
there
other
as
people.
well. Classy grandma in there. She's always jumping
Classy
in there
grandma.
playing. So.
Nice.
Awesome.
But when you connect with another person, suddenly something that becomes a chore is an experience that you do together. And I think the chance of you sticking with something is so much higher. And having that, so you don't have to arrange a meetup at a gym somewhere else. Just being able to just jump in right at the time is incredible, whether you're at work or at home or.
But that's also the reason why we made it so that you can join at any time. Because in the beginning we had it like you as the host had to wait for everybody to come, and once you started, it was locked, which it just doesn't work in VR. I mean, it because everybody has different time obligations, timelines, and everything. So you can't just rely on everyone to be at the same time. So what you can do now is just the host just does like an hour-long workout, and people can come and go as they want to. And that's really
very cool.
Yeah, the benefit.
Awesome. I love it. Guys, go try it out. Go check it out. We'll put the links will be in the description of the video afterwards. So if you didn't catch them during chat, we'll put some links in here for you so you guys can go check everything out. Alex, Michael, thank you for being here. Thanks for spending a whole bunch of time with us today, man. This was a lot of fun. A lot of great info.
We should do this more often.
I would love it. Absolutely.
At a different time. Like it's almost 2 a.m. now.
Michael's like, let's not do it at 1:30 in the morning, but yeah.
Michael's having to talk through all the technical details of what he built, and he's like, at 1 in the morning.
I just want to go to bed.
He's like, you want me to talk about what now?
But yeah, we'll have updates from you guys in the future, I'm sure. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here again, and have a great night.
The workout.
Thank you.
Go do a workout or go to bed. Bye, guys.
That
was a lot of fun, guys. That was that story. Another great story, Jazz. Like just what we had last week with Alvo, but another cool story.
Yeah. I don't know. I just keep I'm excited because there's just so many different updates that they're always doing. Like Michael, he's freaking crazy. I mean, I think we all know that. I mean, crazy, mad scientist crazy, not cuckoo crazy. And it's crazy. You're just you're like, what if can we do this? Can we do that? And then a lot of it usually happens.
Yeah.
It's I'm really when he said the thing about trying to include foot tracking or feet tracking using your phone, that I feel like there's so many things he talked about that we just went way over fast.
I know.
The only really the only way you can have full body tracking right now is to have base stations. I mean, obviously not really because you can have slime trackers, but it's pretty cumbersome. He's trying to make full body tracking available by using your phone so you can have a very full body workout. But in the meantime, has figured out how to use all these crazy algorithms with the existing hand tracking to make you be able. I mean, it's just crazy. And I think as they keep going in this path, this really is the workout of the future.
Agreed. And when they bring weights in and things like that, I mean, I think it's going to be so varied. There's going to be so many different things that you're going to be able to do in this that, again, I like Supernatural and I think it's a different type of workout for me. But I think I would go back to this one more just for the realism of what it is. Like, I feel like I'm really working out here and it's not, I'm pretending I'm working out in VR. I am working out. I just have to be wearing
a very real workout.
Yeah.
When he said the whole thing about bringing in like your chair, your couch, your wall, I'm like, oh my gosh, are you going to be doing like step ups on your chair in the VR workout? Are you going to be doing like wall push-ups? I mean, are you going to do like walls? I don't know. Like the possibilities are.
We're like, oh, half push-ups, wall push-ups.
Yeah, Jasmine's like, I'm not doing any push-ups.
Tell me not like not the real ones, but yeah, like the possibility is kind of crazy. So I'm really excited to see what this looks like on Quest 3. Just knowing how great, like how mad scientist Michael is, I'm excited to see that. And if this comes to Apple Vision Pro, I mean, $3,000 headset, but yeah,
I'll do it. I'll be doing it.
But I mean, like a Peloton is $3,000.
Oh, I meant like I would just be scared. I'd be scared to like. I'd be scared to ruin it. Like if you're like jumping around.
You have to tape it to your head.
I have to put like pillows on it. Make sure it's perfectly protected.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, you're gonna put a case on, like the iPhone case.
Oh my gosh, are they going to have that?
Oh, here we go. This is gonna be viral videos coming of watching people do it. Put their case over top of their headset. It'd be amazing.
Bubble wrap headset.
But another great episode.
Put some googly eyes.
Yeah, another great episode. Elliot, thanks for joining us. Flat to VR stuff's going pretty crazy right now. There's so many things coming out. Just before we get out of here, just give us a quick hit about Flat to VR and like let's like. I don't understand how all these people do all this amazing work like in their own time and then like get them to the points where they're done so well that like it just makes me wonder like if a real company wanted to go do this. That with a multiple team, they could make amazing things in virtual reality right now. This doesn't seem like they want to, but thank God that we have these mods and these modders doing them.
Well, I think a lot of the companies are so heads down with their own games that they don't really they don't know the world like we do. And so hopefully that helps them see just what's possible. I think with Predog's Unreal Engine mod that makes thousands of like AAA Unreal Engine games work in VR already. We've seen companies be like, just when they touch their own game in virtuality and see it just out of the box, suddenly they're like, maybe we could build a VR mode. And I think that's what hopefully we'll see a bit more happen where people can kind of see their game and it suddenly becomes more real for them to port to VR. But yeah, what the community has done is just incredible, and it's exciting to see people building off each other. So like one person builds kind of a framework that other people then use then it makes it easier to do these kind of things, and also just discovering what translates well from a flat experience to a VR experience, and kind of that rule set has been kind of created of how to translate that well. Which is really cool. And biggest of all is just the incredible talent. I think people like Predog who just give so many hours for free and just are giving back to the community. It's a testament to just what I guess the generosity and passion behind some of these people.
Yeah.
And wanting to share it too, and wanting it to be like in the hands of people so they can experience it themselves. But yeah, we're seeing so many cool things. There's a few mods that I really want to talk about that I can't yet.
I know, right?
That's going to be
well, you can say go check out Portal 2.
Yeah,
Portal 2 is amazing. Jasmine, we
I
need to get you on
I know.
that.
We're doing it.
Jazz, did you play
Yes.
Portal 2 Flash?
I don't even. Oh God, I'm gonna get in so much hate for this. I don't even know.
No, I won't even ask you. We'll just la, 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 la.
I don't know what it is.
You're like, what?
Elliot told me I have to, so I'm going to. That's the first.
I think you would love Portal. I mean,
he explained it to me. It sounds really great. I'm ready. Let's do it.
I actually bought it last night. It's on sale right now. It's on sale right now for 99 cents on Steam.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
99
It's
cents.
the best VR game for the price. Well, no, probably one of the best VR experiences, but for the price, it's like it's wrong not to get it for 99 cents.
Yeah, it's such and then the mods are free. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, there's so many good mods right now, like, and I just can't wait to see more. Like, I'm just about, Elliot, to get into a Luke Ross mod that I've been waiting for my computer to get upgraded here, which will be done this week. To get into Uncharted 4 Luke Ross mod, and I'm looking forward to that one as well.
Yeah,
I haven't had
really
a chance
cool.
to jump into it yet. I've been kind of holding off, but that's going to happen probably, this weekend, and some parts of next week. I'll be jumping into that amazing game in VR, and just
it's just like being in an action movie.
Right?
Like that whole experience. Yeah, it's like we just watched Indiana Jones, but that's it. Like being in that world, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I want to do some Returnal in VR too. Returnal in VR.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yep. All right, Jazz. Anything else? What do we got? Anything coming up that we want to talk about?
Me and Eric are going to MetaConnect. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So jealous.
Well, you all know what we see up there.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty amazing. I mean, we're next we'll be there next Tuesday. Kind of kicks things off, and Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. MetaConnect. Meta's back in person, but it's like different than normal. It's a little bit more closed off, but at least it's in person again, and we'll be there live during all the stuff that's announced. Exciting.
Yeah.
Jay Bar just said games modded for VR are carrying PC VR currently. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
Agreed.
But yes.
Like
yeah.
how Saber modding.
We need both. There's just I don't want to downplay like the amazing built for VR stuff, but at the same time, they're these rich, like 100-hour experiences that are just mind blowing at the same time that help. Like when you've got both of those happening, it really give a rich like catalog of experiences to VR.
Yeah, and I think PC VR is much easier to get into, even now than it even was a year or 2 years ago, because the price of cards have gone way down after crypto's kind of crashed with it. So there's not as much crypto mining anymore. So if you were ever thinking about that next step, I've got a Quest or whatever, what's my next step with it? Now's a good time. Go get a PC. You can get it, and you can get modding easy. It's not modding now is easier than ever, so it's not as daunting as you maybe think it is. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, modding, I don't know how to do that. I don't want to I got to move files and transfer."
I'm gonna help Jasmine. I'm gonna show how Jasmine.
Maybe we should not call it modding. Maybe we should call it something else, like expanding your horizon.
We should do a live stream of you teaching Jazz how to mod things, and like people can watch and learn.
Yeah.
Look, I am modded.
And even if you don't have PC, Dr. Beef has done like their team has done an incredible job. They just came out with Quake 4, which looks incredible. Like I don't know how that's running on a Quest, but it looks better than I think any
Castle
game I've seen before.
Castle Wolfenstein was
Castle
awesome.
Wolfenstein, Prey, which we just heard from the creator of Apogee, who is kind of a legend in like the old DOS games world. But anyways, like I can't wait to get into the VR mod. So I don't know. It's kind of cool seeing these like legends of old kind of rediscovering these games too. But yeah, that's definitely recommend checking out all of Dr. Beef's, even if you don't have a PC VR.
I just want to say I did mod my Beat Saber. Okay, I've done modding before. Screw you. I also use Lim to capture all my mixed reality Beat Saber footage.
You're good.
It's just but when you say modding, I'm like, oof, that's a lot, right?
Yeah, well, that's what it is, and everybody thinks the same way.
You gotta put some sugar on it. Can you just say, oh, it's like you get all these extra games for and it's really easy with one click of a button or something. I don't know. You have to make it a little bit easier for people that are a little lazier like me.
Seriously though, I mean, to really, I think to bring modding mainstream, or flat to VR mainstream, we need Half-Life 2 in VR, like they did that, because that was a key. That was a key.
Yeah.
That was a key you got from Steam, and there was no modding. You basically clicked on the key, and it was like a normal Steam game, and there was no I know there was a million things that had to go into that to make it work, but when we can finally probably get to that point, I think that will be insane for people.
Yeah. So we're not ready to announce anything, but we are trying to work towards another one that'll be like that directly on Steam, that you'll be able to get the whole like amazing experience. Just right on schedule.
Brand just said 98% of modding is dragging and dropping files into
That's all it is.
the game directory. So
Yeah.
you should call it flat to VR.
Dragging.
Drag and drop.
The flat to VR drag
Oh my
show.
God. That's a different show.
Okay.
Oh man! All right, I think we're almost up here in time. It's almost been 2 hours, and it was a really good show. I enjoyed it. Thanks, Elliot, for being here. Jazz,
Yeah.
did another great show. We were got a little bit of a momentum going here. I like it.
I know. I had to kick you. I was like, we got to do this episode.
I know, right? No, we were all like so busy, and we're like, can we really do this? And you're like, yes, we're doing this.
I was like, I was put on scheduling duty of scheduling our guests. So if you have any people that you want to see on here, hit me up. But I was like, no, Eric, we're doing it. I scheduled. You told me to do it. I scheduled. We're here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see who's here next week. You never know. It may be some other person or 3 different hosts from the Impact team. It won't always be the same. But there will be somebody here, not next week, but the week after, because we go every 2 weeks. Make sure you go to check out VR and all that jazz tomorrow night.
Yeah, actually,
Who do you got tomorrow night?
Oh my gosh, it's so good. We have a Dust Bunny from the Virtual Reality Dance Academy.
Yeah,
she was in the We Met in VR. The
VR chat movie, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it's really exciting. Yeah, and talk about full body tracking, right? Like she does dance, like she hosts dance classes, belly dancing classes in VR. So
awesome. Well, definitely go check that out, guys. Tomorrow night at what time does that go live?
4:30 p.m. Pacific time.
Go check it out. 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. For Jasmine and Elliot, we will see you all next week. Take it easy, everybody.
Bye, everybody.